understanding the charts we use in live sessions. This lesson will help you get the most out of our live trading sessions and practical applications. Since everyone in our community trades on funded accounts, it's crucial to understand how to follow along without confusion. A key part of this is knowing which charts we use during live sessions. Our sessions follow a structured 3-step process. Number 1. Analyze our proprietary indicators to identify opportunities. Number 2. Examine the futures market to understand institutional movements. Number 3. Plan and execute trades within our funded accounts. Let's go through each step in detail. Step number 1. Understanding our indicators. As a student of Online Trading Campus, you gain access to our proprietary indicators. These indicators are covered in depth later in the program, so we won't dive into them just yet. During live sessions, you'll see our mentors using these indicators on TradingView, a free platform that allows us to apply our custom-built indicators. Don't worry if this sounds unfamiliar. You learn everything you need in later lessons. Step number 2, analyzing the futures market. Before placing trades, we analyze futures charts to understand what the big players, banks, hedge funds, and institutions are doing. Why do we use futures? Futures provide real-time price data used by major financial institutions. They help us anticipate movements in the assets we trade. Almost every asset we trade has a corresponding futures contract. If we trade gold, we analyze the gold futures chart. If we trade the S&P 500, we look at the S&P 500 futures chart. It's important to note that we do not trade futures. We only use them for our analysis. Futures trading requires significant capital, can be very complicated, and carries high risk. So our focus remains on trading within our funded accounts. All futures charts can be viewed for free on TradingView. Step number 3, planning and executing the trade. Once we've analyzed our indicators and futures charts, we plan and execute the trade in our funded account platform. To make this process easier, we've created a cheat sheet that maps futures charts to the equivalent in your funded account. These charts are almost identical, but always double check to ensure accuracy. Usually, there is a difference in the price points and therefore price levels. Now, let's go through a practical application of how this process works in a live session. Let's dive in. Welcome to this practical application. Let's start with step number 1, checking the indicators on the futures chart. We start by opening TradingView and loading the gold futures chart. You can find a list of each future symbol with a corresponding symbol that you can trade in Campus Fund below this video. I've already opened this cheat sheet, so let's have a look. As we can see here, for gold, the TradingView future symbol would be GC1 ! Whereas the corresponding Campus Fund symbol would be XAU/USD. Let's now go back into our charts to see what the indicators are saying. Alright, I'm back on TradingView. Our indicators will provide us with signals to help determine potential trade opportunities. Our indicators only work on the futures chart, or in this particular case, on GC1. At this stage, we are not placing a trade yet. We are only analyzing the market conditions. I'm not going to explain all the indicators right now. That will be explained later in this program, but for this particular example, let's just say they give us a bearish bias, meaning we're looking to go short or sell gold. Let's now move to step number 2, analyzing the futures chart. I've already removed the indicators on this chart and prepared a level just to make it a little bit easier for us. So let's start by analyzing the gold futures chart to determine key price levels. We are looking for important price levels on the futures chart, just like the one I've drawn right here. In this particular case, the green line would be our entry, red line would be our stop loss, and our target would be the blue line down here. Let's now look at step number 3 and move over to our funded account. We have switched to our funded account platform and already pulled up the corresponding gold chart, in this case XAU/USD. We need to double check that the price action of funded account matches what we saw on the gold futures chart. I've already done this down here and copied the exact same lines from the futures chart into our funded account. Now we need to set up our trade with the correct entry, stop loss and take profit levels based on our previous analysis. Notice how there might be a difference in price point between the futures chart and the funded account chart. That is completely normal. Let me show you what I mean by putting both charts next to each other to make it easier for you to compare. As you can see, I've pulled up the gold futures chart on the left and the XAU USD chart in our funded account on the right. Notice how the price action is almost identical. However, if you pay close attention, there is a subtle difference in price, around $10 or so. Now, all you have to do is calculate the difference in price and then adjust your stop loss, your entry and your target accordingly in Compass Fund. I'll show you how to do that. To adjust your order, head over to the order bar in Compass Fund, and all you have to do is take the price levels from the futures chart and adjust them by the difference between these two charts. So in our case, roughly $10. So as you can see, our entry will not be 2936, but it will be 2936 minus 10 points. So 2926. The same we do for the stop loss, so it moves down from 2985 to 2975. And of course, we also have to adjust our take profit from 2778 to 2768. So now you have seen how we always start at the futures chart and trading view and work our way to the Compass Fund to actually place the trade. This was a lot of information, but don't worry, you'll gain a deeper understanding as you progress throughout the program. Now, when you join a live session, you'll know exactly what to expect. It's perfectly normal that the live sessions are a bit overwhelming at the beginning, but once you've joined a couple of them, you should feel a lot more comfortable. Our live sessions also allow you to make money alongside our traders and earn while you learn. Happy and safe trading.